I'm Shelby. I'm a student nurse here at the College of Nursing, and I'm going to be doing the Administration of Medicine check off today. Here's my ID badge. All right, I'm going to scan the room. All right. So first, I'm going to put myself into a interruption-free zone. I'm going to minimize distractions. And I'm going to shut the door and everything. And then I'm going to go ahead and perform hand hygiene. I'm going to compare the MAR and the order sheet. All right, so I have Jaguar Jones. Date of birth is 8/25/1963. 8/25/1963. MR number is 417-6352. 417-6352. All right, and he does have an allergen to penicillin. It says it again right here, allergen to penicillin, and I'm going to be administering heparin today. Here's heparin, and it's going to be 5,000 units. 5,000 units subcutaneously every 12 hours. And the indication is for anticoagulation, and everything that's documented on here is right. So now I can go ahead and get rid of my order sheet because everything has been copied right onto my MAR. And so I'm just going to set that aside because we're not going to need it anymore, and we're just going to be using the MAR. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare the medicine and go ahead and start my first accuracy test. So I'm going to go ahead and perform hand hygiene again. I'm going to be working with Jaguar Jones. It's right here, Jaguar Jones. And I'm going to be using heparin. Ooh, here's heparin. And it is not expired. Alright, and I'm going to be using 5,000 units. This is 10,000 units. So we're going to be using half of a milliliter. And I would check with another nurse to make sure that that calculation is correct. And we are going to administer it subcutaneously. So I will be using this tuberculin syringe. Alright, and then it's going to be every 12 hours, and looking at the time and the last time that it was administered, he does need it again, and it's going to be for anticoagulation, which is the indication, and all of the documentation on this and the vial are correct. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my alcohol pad and clean my vial. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab my tuberculin syringe. And I'm going to pull back half of a milliliter of air. And I'm just going to go ahead and inject that. Inject that into the vial. Right. And then I'm going to pull back half a milliliter of the heparin. And if I saw any bubbles or anything like that, I would go ahead and get those out too. So can you see that? Alright, yeah, there's 0.5 milliliters of the heparin. And I am going to use the scoop method. And just go ahead and lid that again. So now I'm going to go ahead and move on to my second accuracy check. So I'm just going to go ahead and make my label for my syringe while I'm doing the accuracy. All right. So we have Jaguar Jones, so I'm going to write that on my label. And we're going to be administering heparin, so I'm going to write that on my label as well. And then I'm also going to label the 5,000 units, but I'm going to put 5,000 per half mil, every 5,000 per half milliliter, 5,000 units per 0.5 milliliter. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this onto my syringe. There's Jaguar Jones, heparin, 5,000 units per 0.5 milliliters. Alright. And then it's going to be subcutaneously, which is why I have the tuberculin syringe. And every 12 hours, which is why I'm administering right now, because the last one that was administered was 12 hours ago. And then it's for indication, it is anticoagulation and documentation. Everything's right on here, or written in the right way. So I'm going to go ahead and gather all my things and move to the next room, or to the patient's room. Alright, and so for this, for the third check, I'm going to go ahead and be using the armband and the allergy band for to compare the MAR and the armband. So I'm going to go ahead and start my, well, first of all, I would not be like, hey, Mr. Jones, I'm going to go ahead and administer your heparin, which is used for anticoagulation, and it was administered 12 hours ago, so we need to go ahead and do it again. So it's Jaguar Jones, and there's Jaguar Jones on the armband, and then date of birth is 8/25/1963, 8/25/1963. MR number is 417-6352, and the MR number on the AMR is 417-6352. The armband says 417-6352. And he does have a penicillin allergy, and he also has a penicillin allergy on the MAR. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and move his bed up to or raise his bed up to a working height, and I'm going to lower the side rail, and then I'm going to go ahead and perform hand hygiene. I'm going to put on my clean gloves. And then I'll put on my goggles. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and check the medicine. So I am going to be doing heparin. And I do have heparin, which is what also is in this vial, and I use the syringe to get it out. 5,000 units, which is what I pulled in here, which is going to be half of a milliliter, and that's what I have in the syringe. It's subcutaneously, so that's why I have the tuberculin syringe. Every 12 hours, and it was administered 12 hours ago, so he is in need of another shot of heparin. So for this shot, it is going to be in his abdominal area, and so I'm just going to grab a cotton swab, and I'm going to work from the inside out, making sure that I don't touch an area that I've already touched. I'm going to leave this here. Hopefully don't fall. Okay. And so I'm going to go ahead and administer. So, all right. So for this one, if you can pinch an inch, it's going to be 45. It's going to be 45 degrees. And then if you can pinch 2 inches, it's going to be 90 degrees that you would administer it. However, for this one, I can only pinch 1 inch. So I'm just going to go ahead and insert at a 45-degree angle. All right, Mr. Jones, it's going to be a little bit of stick. All right, and then this would go directly into my my sharps container, the needle wood or the syringe. And then I would apply a slight pressure with the alcohol pad and then throw that away. I do not massage it or anything like that. And so then I would document everything. I would come back in like 30 minutes to make sure that he is not having an allergic reaction. I would note his reaction. I would chart the time that I gave the medicine and how, or subcutaneously, or what time, how many units, how many milliliters, everything like that. And so now I would go ahead and lower the bed to the lowest position and go ahead and raise that side rail back up. And then I'm gonna take my gloves off. Right, and then they would go in the trash. And then, oh yeah, and then I'll perform hand hygiene again. And that does conclude my administration of medicine check off. Thank you.